are a couple of things about funerals that I have always been confused about ever since I was small. The first thing is, why do people hire someone or ask to someone to speak well of someone when you know full and darn well that person didn't deserve those accolades? I mean, let's be for real. There's good and bad in all of us. It's a matter of degree that makes it different. And there are some people in this world, from the time that they were born till the time they died, they did nothing but create chaos and mayhem. They might have had one or two small moments of generosity, but that was few and far between. The general consensus was not very good for this person, and then when they pass away, the family is stuck with the daunting task of trying to find someone to offer some kind words to the dearly departed. I have a problem with that. I guess this is one of those cases where you tell a white lie for the right reason. You do the wrong thing for the right reason, so to speak. Whatever. My thing is this. If you have something good or bad to say to me, at least tell me while I'm alive. Don't be a coward. Say what's on your mind. But please, when my time is over, I don't want anybody to have to be in a place where they got to tell a whole bunch of lies about whether or not I was a good person or whether or not I contributed to society. Hence the reason why I'm talking to you guys now. In the spirit of help, that's what I'm doing. And people kill me. I mean, sometimes they can't even find the minister of their own church to preach a funeral for that person because they either don't know them or the reputation is so bad that the minister actually has a spiritual conflict with preaching a funeral for this person. So they have to literally hunt and pay for someone to make up some lies about how great they were. He was a good man. She was a good woman. He was a devoted husband. She was a loyal wife. Telling all these lies. So that's the number one thing that I have a problem with. I think maybe people should probably do like living wills, do like a living memorial service, so that way they can put their stamp of approval on it while they're still around. I know it sounds crazy. But anyway, on to the second thing. The second thing I don't understand is, why in the world does the family, after the person dies, decide to tell all the dirty family secrets in regards to that person? I think that's kind of sinister and dark, to be honest with you. Well, your aunt so-and-so, she had a baby from so-and-so. Oh, your uncle so-and-so, he was actually in the black market drug dealer. Oh, cousin so-and-so, they used to work for the mafia. Just any old crazy, dirty thing. Nobody opens their mouth and says anything until that person is dead. See, this is all about that person not being here to defend themselves. And I look at it like this. If you have an issue with me and you feel it's such a big deal, go ahead and say what you have to say to me. But see, that's the problem. A lot of people don't want to have to deal with the confrontation. And most of the time, some of those things that they're talking about, those so-called secrets, they don't know the whole story. They really don't. They're just going by what somebody else told them and who somebody else told them. Third-hand information, and I told you guys about that. So those are the two things about funerals I really don't like. Number one, telling lies about the person's character so they could have a great send-off. Or the second thing, telling all the family secrets after they're dead and gone. Can't even explain themselves and can't even defend themselves. You're not accomplishing any good in either case. So I'm going to go ahead and leave you guys to it. But I was just wondering, do you guys always wonder about that? Oh, let me throw in a third as a bonus. I know you hear this all the time. You get together for a funeral, you have all these friends and relatives you haven't seen in years, and you have some kind of repast at the church or back to the house or whatever after the burial. Or you get together at a restaurant or something after the burial. And the first thing that somebody says is, oh, we need to stay closer together as a family. We need to be closer to one another because tomorrow's not promised to either one of us. So what everybody does is they exchange phone numbers and emails and Facebook profiles and Instagram and Snapchat and all this stuff. The very most you might be able to get is one good conversation after the whole thing's over with. But for the most part, you don't hear from these people. You leave a message a week or so after the fact, and they probably don't remember who you are. So they don't return your call, or better yet, the number or the contact that you gave them, that you received from them was no good. Excuse me. But I really can't stand that. I'm not a fan of going to funerals, to be honest with you. I go when it's absolutely necessary, but I'm not chasing them down. I just hope that when it's my time to go, that the truth is told and that people have a lot of good things to say and are honest about it. And I don't want any nasty family secrets coming out after the fact. Besides, that type of gossip, you're creating your own karma by doing that. And it doesn't do anybody any good. Everybody's already grieving and suffering as it is. That's like pouring salt on a wound. But tell me what you think in the comments about that. Have you ever wondered why people behave so strangely in regards to these three things at funerals? It's always the same three things. Anyway, let me know. And that being said, I bid you a peace and love.